All right. All right, cool. Hey there, guys. It's Metro. We are back. Well, back. But it's the first original piece of content on this channel. It's going to be a live stream. Got a couple hours free, so I figured I might as well do it. So, let's see how it goes. Hopefully, everything's going well. This will be a dry run for that, so stay tuned. There'll be a lot more content coming on this channel. I will be hopefully finishing this at some point, but the problem for me is it's not super engaging to do like in a live stream format. I don't mind doing it, but I had forgotten how much I enjoyed grinding until I realized how long you'd be sitting there just doing the same mobs over and over again. So then I realized what I used to love about grinding was that I can just go like watch something else that would keep my interest and then just continue to level without having to think about anything. So yeah, now it's a little bit harder. Well, it's not harder, but it's just when you're streaming, it's not really possible. So I'm thinking that from now on, these episodes will be... Hey, camera, what's up, buddy? These episodes will be things I just record, and I might not even have like commentary on them. But at the end of the day, the goal of the character's lifespan is to get to 60, so that will be our actual goal, and regardless of entertainment, we'll see how that goes. I was also thinking about if I can actually get this character to 60. I was also thinking about doing like a regular, like just straight up do quests and see how different it is, but I don't know, we'll see. Geg as well, what's up, man? But yeah, so we'll go through it today. Hey, what's up, Stromy? We'll go through it today, see how it plays out. And then, yeah, the future's up in the air for this. But I think this would be a lot easier for me to just log on every once in a while and just get a level. Because basically what my goals here was get this started and then kind of not really do a lot with it until rested accrues. It usually takes about, I think it was about like 5 days for a full level of rested. So I got a bit bored at 14. Oh yeah. Have you played like Classic itself or not as much? Something to watch while grinding gorillas. Yeah, that's what we're going to do myself. I don't actually remember where I'm supposed to grind at this point. I think it's down here, yeah. It's just, I don't know. Just go down there and see what's up. I think it's 20 that I get. That we get a Ghost Wolf. Oh. Male. You enjoyed watching Dragon Ball Z? Dragon Ball, yeah. I watched the entirety of Dragon Ball. It was always like my go-to. I need to watch it again, honestly. Well, I did when it was new, and then a little when it got re-released. Okay. I was back in time, had to hit the live button. Yeah, make sure you guys are caught up. But we should have at least one full level arrested today, so I can play for about 3.5 hours. I need to get out around 2:30, probably. We'll see. I'll let you know as we go. But just trying to chill, man. It's just so... it's been really tough. Like now on top of like... So I was telling Stromy this, but like my father left like an enormous amount of things behind. And it's now like on me to do something with him. So I've been like slowly like spending hours each day. Well, not every single day, but spending a good amount of time throughout the week like cataloging them all to try to figure out what we can do with them, try to figure out if they're worth anything or we should just throw stuff out or what. He has so much stuff. And then in his room he had like these massive cabinets and stuff that he built. He was like a contractor for most of his life until he got hurt. It's like unbelievably difficult. It was so difficult to get it off the wall. We spent the last 2 days doing that. So then on top of all that, apparently there's something wrong with our water. Like they're out here digging up the whole fucking street, and then they came today saying like we're probably gonna have to dig up your yard. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I know, like, and you're gonna have to pay for it. I'm like, what? Oh, we didn't do anything. What do you mean? Isn't there something wrong with your end of the process? We just want the water in the house. We don't want it underneath the ground. Anyway, I should try what you suggested though and watch stuff while playing. Well, it's not really a good idea if you're doing hardcore because you're gonna get distracted and die if you're questing. But while grinding, it's a very good idea because like you don't even need to pay attention. Like you literally just right-click a mob and wait for it to die. Especially if you're not playing a caster. If you're playing a caster, you have to look at the screen a lot more because you have to actually press buttons that do something. But for this character, I literally just like I could actually just straight up auto attack it and it will die, you know? Anyway, have you had Habit Burger Metro? I don't know what that is, so no. You should keep some of the music stuff. As a musician myself, I feel like it holds real sentimental value. Yeah, my dad was strange about his musical equipment though, because like I don't know if you looked at the list I sent, but like he's got a lot of stuff, and I don't like think any of it's super valuable. Whereas his like pool cues and like other things that he has, like guns and stuff, are like some are like thousands of dollars. Whereas like in music though, there should have been stuff that was valuable, but I think like he would buy them and use like he'd have one for like this song and then this one for this song, so there wasn't like one that he played every single day, but it was like this would be for this type of music, this would be for this type of, I can only imagine, but yeah, we got a lot to go through one way or the other. If anybody wants to buy pool cues, guns, or musical instruments, let me know. It goes both ways. If the problem is at the water main, then the utility has to pay. If the issue is at your part of the line, they charge you. I just, like, I don't understand how they can charge me. Like, I didn't do anything. It's not my, I don't really get it. But yeah, I guess there's no way to fight it, so. Squire stuff is more a budget-friendly brand. His Fender's cheaper stuff. My favorite guitar ever was a really cheap Squire. Yeah, I think he's just got like a ton of those. It seems like the same one over and over again. I want a Metro gun. Hey, Brett said what's up. Anyway, I've just been grinding. Maybe a quest here and there. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, if you're like just gonna grind for a while, then that's For the guns, I'd contact the states of Florida or Texas. Uh-oh. We're like 19, so I'm not really worried about grinding too much in this area, but pretty decent spot. A little bit too low for the spot though. He probably had a 5-string. So that was another thing my dad did. What he would constantly like trade in and trade up. Like he's probably owned like 500 bases in his life, but there's only like 20, maybe not even. I think there's like 11 left or something like that. So we'd basically like, all right, I don't need this one anymore. You take this one in and get a new one. So yeah, I remember he did have 5- and 6-string bases, but he doesn't have them. They're not there anymore. It's so weird seeing the talent pane be different. It's interesting how they had to do that, huh? He's like me. At a point, I was buying more than I was playing. Yeah, he's definitely like that. Yeah. I mean, that's why it's been so difficult, because there's like so much stuff that I don't even know when the last time he used it would have been. Like, I certainly don't know when the last time he played pool was, billiards. But he's got like a couple of really expensive pool cues. Music was like his main hobby, but. And then there's even more stuff down in the basement, but right now we're just trying to get stuff out of his actual room so we could like use the room. But antique firearms, those might be worth something. Otherwise gun dealers might buy the others though. Yeah, we're trying to not like go through a gun dealer if possible, because they're gonna give you very little. But my mom's of the opinion that if somebody would take 100% of them all at once, then she'd be willing to sell them for any actual value just to get them all done at once. I don't think you could sell guns on eBay. That's the problem. I don't have any issue using eBay for like the pool cues or the golf stuff or the music stuff, but I don't, well, the music stuff I don't think can really be sold on eBay either because it's going to be too heavy to ship. But yeah, at least stuff that can be sold on eBay, I'm happy with that, but you sure you can't sell firearms on eBay? I don't know any, like, that's, you know, I know a lot about music and sports and stuff, but not anything about guns at all. My dad was a state champion pistol shooter from his like 20s into his 40s, so he's got a lot of like collectible, and he has like, he like made his own ammunition or whatever, so there's like tons of brass or whatever downstairs to make bullets. So we have to sell that too, or get rid of it. Guns get funky when you try and sell them out of state. Yeah, that's certainly not going to be something I'm looking to do. I think what's probably better spot is probably the just north of Camp Tarajo. You might want to reach out to those types then, the competitive shooter groups. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know where to reach out to them, but yeah, we'll see. We got a lot to do. But it's been like weeks and we still haven't even really made headway. I guess now that we're getting the cabinetry taken out, that's probably a good step towards finishing everything, but there's still like, it almost feels like an impossible task. He made all these cabinets himself, and there was all these like compartments within the cabinets, so there's like stuff within the stuff, and it's just insane. It's so much work. And then like the cabinets are so big that like I have to like get on a fucking chair, and like just now the reason it was so stressful the last few days is because he used these bolts to hang them into the wall that are like, I had to like go on Reddit to get help identifying them because they're like really strange looking. Apparently there's some like, I think they're called A-type, what the hell is the name of it? I don't know, but anyway, I just go to Reddit and, but yeah, it was a long process, let's put it that way. It took me like most of the time to realize that they're not supposed to come out. Like that's why we were having so much trouble. Clutch bit. A-type clutch screws, apparently what they are. Here I have a picture of it and everything. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I didn't know what it was at first. Not a very good focus picture, but anyway. It's got like a hourglass shape to it. And so I was like, all right, we gotta go get something for that. So I'm looking through all this stuff. We finally find something for it. But like I'm not very well knowledgeable about these things, so I'm like, all right, whatever, we got the thing we need, so let's go. So then I put it in the power drill or whatever, and it's not pulling it out. Like it's like skipping, like it's not biting or whatever you say. And so then I'm like racking my brain all night trying to figure out why. And then only this morning I come to realize that they're not, like those screws are made for one-way use only. Like they're not supposed to come out. So it was like a miracle that we got the ones out that we did. So then I had to take a Dremel tool and like carve a slot in the head so we can get an actual flat screwdriver thing in there and pull them out that way. Fucking mess. And then on top of that, the cabinet's like 100 pounds, so. Anyway, got a BOE blue to drop. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you get a lot of blues and greens and stuff along the way from grinding. This is why this is such a good way to play. I would make so much money on the Star Race when I do this. Guess somebody dinged 60, that was what that noise was. I work with took an antique revolver into an airport by accident. Oh boy. That's not how you do it. You got in a lot of trouble, I can only imagine. I cannot like actually imagine taking a gun into an airport and thinking everything's gonna be alright. Actually, did you see, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, somebody had a fucking gun when they went in to get an MRI or whatever those imaging things are that use magnets. And the fucking, he didn't tell the technician. So they started the MRI with a guy with a gun. And the gun like pulled out of his pants and fired and killed him. That, it's like, well, that's what Darwin was talking about, I think. Anyway, sorry to hear about all that. It might be easier to rehang the drywall and just demo it in place. What does that mean? You mean the cabinetry? No, we got it down now. That was the last one that was actually bolted to the wall. So my dad was he was like obsessed with making use of space. So he has like every inch of the wall has something useful one way or the other, and like the upper parts of the walls all had cabinetry hung for him to store things, because it's like a really small room, but he had so like you can't, it's like a house worth of stuff all in one room. It wasn't loaded. He got arrested. His story, if any of what he told me was true, is that he put it in the backpack a long time ago when his grandpa died and he forgot. How I feel. Was he a cabinet maker? He was a contractor or whatever his whole life, so I guess a wood, you know, he worked with wood a lot, let's put it that way. But he made them all himself, and I don't know what he used to make them, but they all look the same, and they have this like glossy finish to the wood, and they're quite nice looking, but it's just excessive as hell. Like, that's just not needed. So many cabinets and shelves. My dad's a great electrician and a half-ass carpenter. Oh yeah. That's what I was about to text. I was about to message Stromy and be like, "Yo, do you have any idea what this screw is? Because I cannot figure it out." Every time I see a hunter or druid without skinning, it makes me sad. The worst is when you're grinding and somebody else comes up and starts killing mobs you're grinding, and then they don't loot them, so you can't skin them either. It's like, oh boy. You should have. Do you think would you have known what it is? Did I show you the picture? Yeah, I just showed it. Did you not see it? Let me just make sure we don't die here. Oh wait, maybe does this not work? No, it does, yeah. Not a very well focused picture, but it's like got like an hourglass shape to it, and apparently it's like a one-way screw. So that's why we're having so much trouble getting it out, because it's not meant to come out. Like the bit that you use to put it in does not take it out. And I didn't know that until this morning. My buddy bought a claymore when we went to Scotland in the 90s. Carried it back on his back through the airport, and they put it in the cockpit with the pilots. Like a sword? Damn, that's cool. Hunta Meister, what's up, buddy? Hope you're having a great Friday. I'm trying to. Thanks. Trying to just chill out and just do something that's... I don't even know at this point. Just trying to get back to enjoying life, which has been hard recently. Claymore is a great sword, yeah. No, I thought you meant like something. I didn't think that's what you meant. I didn't expect anybody to buy a giant sword. It's a tamper-proof head. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. If they're not meant to come out, and I didn't realize that. So we found the bit that's supposed to be, you know, used to put it in, and I couldn't get it out with it. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was really, really upset by it. It was really bothering me, and I was spending all night thinking about it. And then I come to realize that they're not meant to come out. So I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So then I had to get a Dremel, and then cut like a a notch in it, so we can use a regular screwdriver to get them out. And then, as only could happen to me, the last screw, there was 6 screws holding it up. The last one, I dremeled too close to the edge of the circle, and it broke as I was unscrewing it. So then I had to Dremel through the screw and pull the shelf off the screw, basically, because it was the only way I could figure out how to get it off at that point. But it's done now. And then I'm like watching YouTube videos. Once I realize that it's not meant to come out, then I'm now looking at videos on how to get it out without it being meant to come out. And the videos, like the one guy was like, "It's the worst invention ever made." It's like he's just saying like really disparaging things about this screw. Like, I totally agree. It's been a nightmare. Any new posts? I went on the PTR last night, but in order to go to the Emerald Dream, it looks like you have to do the quest line that they just added, and I have not done it, so I guess I'm gonna have to do it. I don't know how long it is though. I kind of wanted to just go through every quest line all at once, maybe at the end of the expansion, but I have to like have a look at every single quest line in the game and see which ones I actually care about. I'd really like to do the Blue Dragon stuff because that sounded like that was interesting, but I never did it. The DK tier set looks the best. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but it definitely looks better than I thought it was going to. DK tier sets. Oh, look at this. Wait, what the fuck? How the hell did this guy die? What? Okay. The quest is like 5 minutes. Oh, really? The one from Chandris? Why is it 5 minutes? There's only one part, or what? The new quest line was super short. Oh, wow, okay. The Blue Dragon quest line will be fun to watch. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it as like a leveling challenge thing now. I gotta find like a good leveling challenge style for actual Shadowlands or Dragonflight content. I tried it in Shadowlands and it was difficult. 2 nights ago, a 53 warrior died to falling in Fairless. Oh, wow. Yeah, where'd you even fall from? You went up on the mountains up there and jumped off, maybe? I was installing a car charger the other day, and it had a specialty bit I lost an hour going to get. It was a star bit with a dot in the middle. Yeah, that's... I don't really understand the incentive for having all these different shapes. Like, who came up with this? Why is there so many different ones? I couldn't believe how many different ones there was. They set up for the next patch with the Chandris quest. Yeah. That's why you have to do that to be able to go to the Emerald Dream, I guess, so. Strange that they would put something so short in, though. Why not just wait and put it in with a larger quest line? Because then on the PTR, there's like a 7-part achievement for it now, so that's just part 1 of it. That guy grinding too. The new DK set appearance is so cool. I want all the different ones. There's some good colors to it, I would say, at least, yeah. Is he just killing these guys? We don't really need to kill those. I don't mind killing the other stuff. I really wish wish there was a shade scale thing in Classic, though. I'd love to play at night without having to actually play at night. So, I guess the next points will go into the better ghost. I don't know if I really need that, though, to be honest. Even though I think the tier bonus for Havoc is ass, the appearance looks amazing. Oh, okay. I didn't actually look at the DPS one. Has it been brutally hot by you this week? Not as hot. I like the heat. Like, I'm a huge, like, 90 is not hot enough for me. But yeah, it was like high 80s the last few days, and then it rained a ton last night, and now it's going to be dropping, it looks like. It's still supposed to be pretty hot today, though, and it's quite nice out now. It's been really humid, though, yeah. So that's on the Season 3 dungeon list. I have a whole video on that coming out after the stream, basically. 3 o'clock it's posted for the other channel. Yeah, next week it's supposed to be a lot cooler, which I'm not. I mean, it's September, so whatever. I would live, if it could be just 90 every day of my life, I would take that, though. I love that. The only problem is at night. That's the only time I don't like the heat. We might go get the fire totem too at some point. Once we get Ghost Wolf, it'll be a lot faster to do it. And there's supposed to be a rare lizard here too. Every once in a while you see it. Probably been killed though. Considering this guy killed all the other ones. I can't stand the heat. I get hives from too high of a body temperature. I thrive in the snow. Oh, okay. I hate the snow. Obviously you can't golf in the snow. That's now become another reason why I hate it. I like fall. Yeah. Fall and spring are alright, but the thing about those months is it usually is just like a worse version of the summer. Fall's cool with the colors and everything, but it's harder to golf when there's leaves all over the ground. I work outside a lot, so nice 70-degree days are ideal. Yeah, that's a good point. Especially like you're working like physically hard, right? Like when I worked at the golf course, I still like the heat, obviously, but we didn't really work like physically. Just standing outside and moving things, basically. I'm 15 seconds behind because of my connection, so bear with me if I'm off topic. Yeah, no worries. I think that's actually on my end. Let me see. Oh no, I have it at regular low latency. No. I don't know exactly why that happens to some people, but... what's the leather after thick? Yeah, rugged, yeah. Wait, is heavy before or after thick? Rugged's the last one. Heavy is it heavy then thick, or is it thick then heavy? I don't know. So it's light, medium, heavy probably, then thick. Okay. And then there's werebear, then there's like specialty leathers and scales and stuff at max level. There's a really good grind spot in Dustwall Marsh here. These mobs are elite though, and they have very, very, very low armor, so you can almost like kill them in like 2 or 3 swings on a melee class that's geared. They do a lot of damage, but it's an interruptible spell, so you can just kick it. And they drop the red whelp scales, or the black whelp scales, I think it is. And they sell for a lot, at least they used to. I don't know if they will on this server, but... That's like the grind spot. At level 39, you can go 39 to 42 on that, and then you can get all that stuff will sell, and then you use that to buy your mount, and then that's usually where I would stop grinding if I was then gonna level like normally. It's funny because thick and heavy really not that different of a word, so kind of strange to have those both be the descriptors. I just grinded 3,000 gorillas for my mount. Oh yeah. Voluptuous leather hide. One of my favorite things about classic leatherworking, though, is how many different leathers there are. They did a decent job with that in Dragonflight too. It's kind of just like a leatherworking thing. It's not really just classic, but it is kind of. It's mostly classic, and then somewhat Dragonflight. I love the idea of like going out of your way to skin different things though. Like in classic, it's even cooler because there's like the hide of the beast or whatever that, and then like Onyxia scale or whatever, like specific NPCs that can be skinned for specific things. I love that. That's like so fucking cool. It's one of my favorite things about professions in any version of the game. Wish there was more stuff like that in Live WoW, but. So I was thinking about the whole Blood Decay legendary thing last night, and I was thinking, like, right now you can get the Evoker legendary from LFR, can't you? I think you can, can't you? If that's possible, then that will be something I'll have to do, I guess, but... Or I guess maybe even, like, normal or something like that, but... I feel like you can get way more immersed because of stuff like that. It's just more, like, it helps build the world, the whole leather. Like, if I need the werebear leather, I have to go, or whatever it's called, the bear leather, I have to go to very specific spots to get it, you know what I mean? If I need green dragon scales, I need to go to very specific spots to get it. I love that. Whereas in, you know, even TBC, it's almost all just generic. Like, you just can kill any single mob that can be skinned, and you can get something from it. Much more comprehensive experience like this. He did a really good job with Dragonflight though. Like, the profession is definitely the best it's been since Classic in my eyes. I just wish there was more actual gear that you can craft, because the only things you can craft are with sparks. They kind of set it all up for endgame, but they seem to have forgotten about like leveling characters, because there's only like 4 pieces you can make, I think, without sparks for leatherworking. It's funny you should say that, because I had thought the other night how they could add things to Classic. Yeah, I've been thinking about that for years. I've been slowly making my own Classic WoW private server, if you guys haven't heard about this. The problem is adding new profession stuff seems very difficult. Like, I still haven't figured it out. So I tried and it just I couldn't figure it out, so. Probably won't be able to add anything directly to the like actual profession that way, but what I was thinking instead, I would do it via quests. Like, if I wanted to add something, I could make the item, make a quest that gives the item, and then make an NPC be the receptacle of the leather and all the stuff, and it'd basically be like, it's just the exact same as making it yourself, other than you needing certain skill for it, you know? So that, I think that'd be cool. The leatherworking and blacksmith, no, those are on my server, yeah. I haven't done any actual challenge on Classic servers other than this one since Season of Mastery, me and Cop. Everything else has been on my own server. That WoW made easy community as normal and heroic raid at this time during the day. Yeah, I might have to do that. It's just one of those things that, like, I don't have time to not get the accomplished goal. Like, if it's going to come from the last boss of the raid and the last boss of the raid is hard, I don't have time to sit in there for 3 hours and not kill it. Like, that's the thing that sucks about raiding. Mythic Plus, that happens all the time, but it's much shorter. Like, a single Mythic Plus, you're never going to spend a full day in there. A single raid, it easily takes multiple hours. Like, that's expected. So I can't, like, dedicate an entire day to it if I don't get the boss killed. It's just not an option for me. So yeah, that's going to be the real issue, is figuring out how we're going to handle all that. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You never know, maybe they'll even allow to get it from the vault or from Mythic Plus somehow, but... But I pretty much only have these days to play. Like, Monday in the winter I'll have to play. So without golf, yeah, obviously we'll have Monday again. But it's pretty much just that at this point. So it's like I have like maybe 20 hours total to get all of this stuff done. Where the hell are the mobs? Or like 25 hours total. Well, I could have. The problem is it's just not like, you can't log on at 8 a.m. and play the game. There's just no players doing stuff at 8 a.m. That's the bigger issue. Oh, NBA or United States lost again. Does that mean, yeah, they're over? That's just embarrassing. USA national teams did not go well. Say you get the materials from tigers that make of the tiger gear. Is that doable? Yeah, absolutely. Again, I don't actually know how to... do you mean like make gear that's already not of the tiger into of the tiger? You can pretty much do anything, but the problem is if you want to add spells, you have to patch the client. Not just the server that handles that, and that is a lot harder. Anything that's just server side, like quests or NPC values, like buffing or nerfing mobs, you know, anything that can be hotfixed in live WoW is very easy to change. But when you have to add things to the actual, like the like stuff that isn't server side, like spells, I can't really figure it out. It's a lot more work. So adding a new profession thing requires a spell, unless I do it that way, where I just add a new quest that just gives it instead of an actual profession thing. So what I did, maybe I shouldn't spoil it, but it's whatever, it's coming out soon. In that leatherworking challenge, what I did with leatherworking and all the crafting in general, you know how the tiger gear and stuff like that, so that's held in some like random range. There's like a table for that, and I just added that to every single piece of crafted gear. So individually I looked up every piece of gear that can be crafted with all the professions and just added that that ability to have a random thing on it. And so now it's more like Diablo 2, where an item drops and you don't know if it's good yet until you do something, right? So in WoW, in this case here, you can craft the leather bracers and they'll be different every time. So I quite like that. I think that's a lot more interesting, and the best thing about that is it makes the profession gear actually way better than regular gear. It's like, that's the thing that really sucks about classic professions. It requires a lot of work, and a lot of this gear just straight up sucks. Like, it's just not even worth crafting. There's a better BOE out there for cheaper. But so this guarantees that like a level 40 BOE is not going to be better than a level 40 crafted piece now, because it's just going to have more stats on it, no matter what. Hey, Faxi, what's up? How the hell are you? Oh, am I? BM Hunter got insane talent changes, and our tier is bonkers. I'm on cloud 9. Oh yeah? Even if you end up getting the legendary, you're gonna stay BM? That's cool. I didn't actually look at the Hunter changes. What was the thing that you were happy about the most? Let's take a look at it. So many fucking posts though, it's hard to find the right ones. The tier is really, really good. They changed the talents to be great, and we got 2 extra talent points because they made our 2 3-point nodes into 2. Oh shit, that's cool. That's neat. So Hunter got like a pretty big rework too then on top of the ones that Rogue and Demon Hunter are supposed to be getting. Also seems like you're going to be able to get the Catalyst or whatever it's called, Creation Catalyst now. You're going to be able to get that way sooner. It's like it's open in week 1, but it's going to take longer, I guess, to start getting charges after that first piece. Catalyst week 1, yep. Where's the Hunter stuff? Let's see. Aspect of the Wild and Call of the Wild have struggled to be compelling choices during Dragonflight. Both of these cooldowns were competing for similar design space to make you and your pets feel stronger in a way that feels different than Bestial Wrath. After evaluating these abilities, we have decided to replace Aspect of the Wild entirely and convert it into a passive option on the talent tree. The removal of Aspect of the Wild allows us to double down on Call of the Wild being a strong pet summoning cooldown for the Beast Mastery spec. We're also lowering the number of talent points in Thrill of the Hunt and Dire Command talent nodes from 3 to 2, which should give you some extra flexibility in your talent choices. Yeah, that's cool. What does Call of the Wild do? It summons, like, it's like Stampede or something? I don't even know what these spells do. 20 seconds of summoning pets every so often. Oh, that's cool. I got a level 100. I have not played Hunter this expansion at all. When it was something I had always kind of played here and there. This guy was for me, probably. Can't see it, sorry, buddy. I guess this is her request, these mobs? I don't even know. Let those guys kill him. We don't need those. Where even is Call of the Wild? You sound the Call of the Wild, summoning 2 of your active pets for 20 seconds. During this time, a random pet from your stable will appear every 4 seconds. Oh, that's cool. What were they saying it was competing with? I don't. Aspect of the Wild. Fire off a Cobra shot at your current target and 2 other enemies near your current target. For the next 20 seconds, your Cobra shot will fire 2 extra targets, and Cobra shot focus cost is reduced by 10. That's strange. The survival tier is also really good, but it has you take a talent you've never took for single target, so it's a little weird. Yeah, they were talking, they said they wanted that to be the thing, but seems like some classes do it better than others for sure right now. I don't know what it was competing with. Literally no one took those 2 talents. Oh yeah, it's like not even competing. Okay. Strange. Strange stuff. So it's pretty funny, but this like weird scar here, this is just the Baron's separation in Kata. It took me a while to realize that, but it's like the exact pattern. It's even like, it even like separates it now. I don't know why this is here. I guess it's meant to be like a river or something like that. I don't know if this was maybe featured in Warcraft 3 and that's why they put it in this Barrens, but it's like really strange looking. And that's the separation. It even goes up and around just like the one in Kata. Congrats to you. Every tank that I've seen says DK has the best tier. Oh, really? I think maybe a lot of people haven't actually tried it because somebody was, oh, there's a thing. That was a pretty quick one, I feel like. How long have we been live? Less than an hour, right? Obviously, yeah, only 46 minutes. But obviously that's mostly because we had rested. I think, hey, Omnichrome, what's up, buddy? I think that is going to be good for Mythic Plus, but it's not as good as it looks like it is because apparently it doesn't proc very often, the 2 set. The 4 set, it's like whenever A-Bomb limbs up, I'm going to be unkillable, obviously, but... Arcane Missiles is a multi-target hard hitter with the new set. You have to stack it, but it does look fun. Cool. But yeah, apparently the 2 set for DK is like not, like it procs incredibly infrequently. Somebody said it was taking them on average of 3 Bone Shield uses. So outside of Tombstone, it's like never does anything. The bear one, the 2-piece can't proc if you have the Ursoc Absorb up from the other talent. Oh, that's probably a bug, right? I missed when levels were that fast. Well, it was only because it rusted. So that's like a huge part of the strategy here. Like I plan on like only leveling this character during rested windows. I probably won't only do that, but that's like a huge part of the strategy. All right, anyway, we're level 20, so I guess I will take. Should we just like commit to defense at this point? Yeah. Just take all the defensive talents first. We don't really need more damage, it's pointless. The less likelihood of dying, that's the only thing that really matters. Where's our hearth right now? Ratchet. We'll set it to Camp T, I guess. They're bringing regular flying to Dragon Islands. What's the point of that? It's something that people have been asking for, so. A lot of weirdos out there who would rather fly slower than faster. But yeah, they said they were going to do it at the beginning, so I guess that's why they do it. Some people just like really like their non-dragon riding mounts, I guess, too. Only thing I can think of is to AFK. Yeah, that's... Yeah, we've talked about that a ton over the last year. Doesn't really ever seem to be a reason to use regular flying. You'll be like... I think the people who are asking for it are going to be really shocked at how slow they... like, because you fly the same route all the time, especially in Mythic Plus, pugging. You just go to the dungeon over and over again. Wait until you do that... You know what I mean? Wait until you do that with a regular mount. It's going to be brutal. It's like, oh god, this is so fucking slow. You hit 1k? What do you mean? Subs? No, not even close. It's like 126 right now or something like that. So not making any money yet, but I don't really give a shit at this point. I just need to chill out and do something that's fun. Pole flying is, yeah, it's like a third of the speed, so. It's going to take like so long. The Dragon Isles is actually really big. When I was flying between points for the Kalimdor races, I was like, oh no. Oh yeah, like it was brutal, right? It's funny. What happens if you take... What happens if you like leave the course during the Kalimdor races? Does it take you off the mount and reset you or something? Or what? Can you actually like use dragon riding to get somewhere while the races... Like start the race and then go somewhere or no? After 5 seconds, you get poured to the starting area. Ah, okay. Yeah, they thought of that already, didn't they? So I was thinking that would be really good for like getting from one side of the continent to the other. Just fucking, you know what I mean? Just press all your buttons and go. Just get as high as possible, and then you can just glide or something like that. Fire Mage is going to get another nerf after this set. Searing Rage will increase the crit damage by 100% in combustion. Well, I mean, the set bonuses are probably more likely to be nerfed than anything. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure there's going to be lots of changes to those set bonuses. See those gear sets too, like the not the tier gear, but the world gear sets. God, they're good, and the different colors of them. That is so fucking cool. It reminds me of the tier set or like the gear sets from Shadowlands, the Covenant stuff. How there'd be all the different colors of it. It's really cool. I'm looking forward to collecting some of those. It's got like a winter theme though. It's like seasonal. I quite like that. Frost set is like your hands don't hurt enough. Here's more procs. Oh yeah. Big crits there. Has Harry been? I don't think Harry's been on. Or is he on right now? Oh, he is on. Oh, he's playing. What is he even doing? He's playing a Death Knight though, I can feel that. Anyway, the prop pally set, I wish there was a way to make Consecration follow you. Yeah, I had praised it so heavily, and then somebody reminded me like how bad it's going to be to drop that and then have mobs move out of it, and I was like, oh. Yeah, that's actually fucking garbage now that I think about that. Massive damage buff to Consecrate, and then the mobs just run. See you later. Apparently, like, the damage for prop pally Consecrate wise is not very high. I thought it would be kind of more like Holy, where it was like a huge amount of their AoE damage, but I guess that's just because Holy doesn't have a lot of options for AoE anyway, so Consecrate has to be high. I really like a heavy Consecrate. Like if Consecrate was like your top damage in AoE, I think that'd be awesome. That's partially why I liked Ardenweald, whatever, Nightface so much last expansion for Blood DK, because Death 2 being my top damage was so cool. I love that. Feels like really enjoyable to just like place like a huge damage thing on the ground and just reap the benefits of them standing in it. Still want a glyph for D&D? Yeah, me too. That is like the #1 thing I want that's not like a major change. Just something that we can just get, and that would be blue D&D. I'll take it, man. Just seeing that fucking shit underneath my character again is so nice. I changed my wallpaper, the picture of the thing that they have for the Emerald Dream, and I didn't realize like how much Arden Weald flair there is to this picture. It makes me think like there's gonna be a lot of Arden Weald looking stuff in the Emerald Dream. I'm surprised you didn't like Ashen Hallow then. Nah, too long of a CD. It's like that's like a long CD, right? I like something that you can drop and, you know, drop frequently. Consecrate and Death and Decay, like those are two of my favorite spells in WoW that have always been in WoW. I wish Consecrate was in Warcraft 3, because that would be fun. What if they brought back the original glyph of D&D, the one that horrified every 2 seconds? Is that something? I think that's a talent, isn't it? It was like a legendary, I think, for a while. I don't know if it's even in the game, but I don't think it's a talent. But yeah, they could always just make it a talent again. Vironath looks a lot like the Winter Queen, and with how Ardenwealdy the Dream is going to look, I wonder if Vironath and the Winter Queen will meet. Yeah, I think it's too much of a coincidence. You're right about that. You see that new Dix Priest ability that shoots them in the air and starts raining repentances down. Or penances down. No, I didn't. That's interesting. Shoots them in the air. Is that a good thing? I don't know, but it looks cool as fuck. Yeah, maybe it'd be useful if you can actually like dodge abilities with it by being in the air. That's cool. Probably won't be able to get to 21 with the current bag situation. So what we'll do is we will, whenever the bags fill up, we'll go down here to Camp T. And then fly to Orgrimmar and train. I mean, I guess it's probably actually faster to fly to Thunder Bluff now. It's called Ultimate Penance if you want to YouTube it. Oh, really? Check it out. Maybe just go on the PTR and check it out. It sounds cool. Then we'll go train Ghost Wolf. Did it so late that I missed it. That's bad. Extra damage taken there. Not great, but not the end of the world. I don't know what it's like on your server, but 10 slot bags are under 50 silver now. That's the half vendor. That's half vendor price. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know. You're on EU, I suppose, right? This server, I don't really think I don't even know who's playing on what servers anymore. This is. I thought this would be the right choice for me. Like, there'd be very few Horde players on the server, so I don't know if that's come true or not. Oh, you're on US. Because that's where I'm at, yeah. Oh no, I'm on Defias. Whatever the other one's called. Seeing how there are 2 servers, honestly, they should just cross-realm them. Yeah, that's not really how Classic works, but they made 2 servers on purpose. Did you know if you duel someone in hardcore and you flee the duel, you get a 3-day debuff? I did, yeah, I saw that, yeah. I didn't realize you lost 90% experience for 3 days, though. That's interesting. Yeah, if you do Makara and you don't win or die, then that's obviously why do it. The population was too big to even think about cross-server. The population is tanked now that this has been a thing for a week, but there's still a ton on both servers. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, obviously people are dying too, so. That's the only thing that kind of sucks about hardcore. It's like, yeah, by the time, like, I don't know how many people will get 60 and stay 60, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get 60 and then that's it. I'm never gonna play the character again, you know? I don't plan on doing any actual content with it. There's a clip of a mage kiting someone out of the duel area, then CCing him outside it. When the mage ran back, the guy got the debuff. Oh, wow. That's hardcore, actually. The only thing I wish it was different was once you were 60, there was no permadeath. Well, that's why they added the option to transfer it to the other servers. Well, I can tell you the flawless rating, a fun MC run already. I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, either way, MC obviously not too hard, but either way, I was just saying, like, I have no interest in it. So I'm saying, like, how many people are actually going to get to 60 and then contribute to the economy, you know what I mean? I bet it's probably going to be pretty hard to get, like, materials and stuff. Frontier cleared MC without any deaths. Yeah, so Flawless rated a full MC run with 40 people. Flawless, is that a guild or something? I don't know what that means. Flawless means 0 deaths. Oh, okay. Flawless is a good guild name for hardcore. Yeah, it's actually right, yeah. Meanwhile, on Skull Rock Horde, there's like 10 60s. Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, on Classic Alliance is always more popular. But that realm, usually, like, people gravitate towards the realm that has the identifying, like, you know, because Skull Rock is a Horde thing. So you'd think there'd be more Horde on there. Yeah, obviously, people have to live to get to 60. I think we no longer have rested though, because 119 doesn't sound like a lot to me. Could you slash who the server? Yeah, give me a second. Let's kill this mob first. Having less people around you is great until it's not. I've had 3 close deaths. Oh, really? Oh, why am I not attacking? What? There's actually a good amount of people on Horde on this server. 40 people, 50 and higher. Seems even on both. I bet if you looked at Alliance on both these servers, it would be way higher. I love Alliance and Classic, but it's just usually way too populated to enjoy. Trying to stay near this guy's route, but I guess he's probably just not up. I don't know how often they respawn, but it would be nice to grind and kill these guys. Obviously, get a free quest out of it. I need to play female undead warrior. The animations keep it visually interesting. Yeah, they have a really unique like Sunder armor attack, right? It's interesting. This is a little dangerous here. There's at least 50 level 60s on Alliance side. Defy us. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Alliance is like 10 times more popular than Horde. All of their ability attacks do that animation. That's cool. It's like the front flip, right? That's kind of neat. A lot of really cool animations in Classic that just aren't used anymore. I don't. Is that even still in the game for undead female in Shadowlands? Meanwhile, there's only 160 online on Skull Rock Horde. Damn. The animations are in retail, okay. Because like the one that I love so much for human, where the character like spins around and attacks, that is the only spell in the game that I could find that on is Hammer of... What's the thing that gets replaced by Blessed Hammer? The spinny hammer things? Hammer of the Righteous or whatever? Whatever that spell is that's not Blessed Hammers. That's the only spell in the game that still does that animation, from what I can find. I've tried, I think actually Eviscerate might still too. I can't remember, there might be one or two others ones, but I tried looking for all those, like, because like Sunder Armor was such a spammed spell back in the day, and there's so many spells that use that same animation that it's become like iconic to me. I tried looking for all the original race iconic animations, and human, that's still in the game, like I said, but I cannot find a single ability that uses that for dwarf. And the dwarf one is really cool as well. The dwarf like kind of like does like a much more prominent spin. I believe the Tauren and the Orc ones are still in. I just can't remember exactly what they look like. Yeah, like the dwarf one-handed heroic strike. That's the animation I'm talking about. I cannot find that in Shadowlands at all, or Dragonflight at all. Doesn't seem to be in the game anymore. I even made like threads on forums and on Reddit and shit trying to get people to come and help me find it, and it doesn't seem like anybody found it. Because like I thought it would just be the same way, like whatever male dwarf paladin use Hammer the Righteous or whatever. And it doesn't. It's not the same animation. I gotta eat my words. 3 people are being 60 since I called out the server. Yeah, Yeah, probably a lot of people are going to be hitting 60 in the next few days. I mean, this is only, like, your average player couldn't even hit 60 any faster than this. Like, it just takes a long time to hit 60 in this game. When did this launch? Like a week and a half ago? If you take, like, any caution at all, obviously you're going to be in the 7-day played range, so... Take a while. It's been out for 11 days. Yeah, okay. The rate is about 20 to 30 60s on Skull Rock. Yeah, that's what we were saying. I think it's probably way more than 50 for Alliance just because it's so much more. It's usually like 10 to 1 Alliance to Horde. But on Skull Rock, you would think it's probably more Horde. I don't know, is there any like latency issues? Like, I don't even see where you see latency in Classic, but... Am I on an East Coast server right now or a West Coast server, or is there no difference? It's been out for 16 days, okay. Yeah, it came out Thursday, so... It's been 2 full weeks, yeah. So to acquire 7 days played in 2 full weeks, that's pretty tough for most people, like especially if you have other commitments. Anybody who's 60 like well in advance of today is somebody who just pretty much did nothing but play Classic WoW since it's been out. Or they leveled way faster than I'm thinking they'd level. Honestly though, like one way to level fast is to not die. I'm at 3 days, 20 hours, but I do have things to do. Yeah, I don't know where we're at on this character, but probably coming up to the full day played now. I think we definitely did over 12 hours. I think maybe we did like 14 hours the first weekend. We're not gonna get 24 hours anytime soon, but bags have not really gotten any worse. This is the good thing about grinding. If you grind the same mobs over and over again, then you never have to worry about bag space. This long tail hair is really nice. 1 silver, 93 each. I wonder if like the people who did hardcore before think that this is just easier. This is probably easier for them, right? Because you can just group up for everything. Like I was watching Harry do it the other day, and it's like, oh, this is just easy mode. Like you can just group up for everything. You literally just never did a quest alone, and it's like, well, that makes it a lot easier. I feel like you gotta play hardcore solo if you're gonna do it properly. Or like a dedicated duo, I guess. It's a lot easier than unofficial, but it's ironic because the unofficial shit had the fucking you died but it didn't count for some reason stuff, whatever they call that, appeals. So it's kind of weird. Oh, look at that. Not fighting them. That's why I like gorillas. They drop 3 items and I'll stack to 10 or 20. Oh, okay. Yeah, finding that kind of stuff, that's like what makes grinding interesting. I always love this. It's so cool. That's the kind of shit that made me want to get a mount like ASAP. You can change the code as well if you knew what you were doing. Oh, really? Like of the add-on, you mean? Huh. It's just cheating. I just don't know what the point of that is. It should have always just been a leveling challenge, and that's it. It should have never been, let's do stuff once we're at 60. It would have been way healthier for the era servers too if everybody who actually enjoyed doing content in 60 was just playing on there instead. Galato, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you here, man. Love the occasional orc grunt with the music. Oh yeah. There it is. The Baron's music is like so timeless. I love it. I just wish that Tauren song that came in Cataclysm that I love so much was in Classic. If I could find a way to add that to the game on my server thing, I would like, oh man, that'd be awesome. I don't think there's any way to add music to the game client though. My dark word for gorillas get blocked. What does that mean? Oh, I see. It's just been filtered. I can see it now. Did the black gorillas from 37 to 41 and the elder ones from 41 to 45. I should have bought bananas. I guess black gorilla is not really something YouTube wants being said. Even if it's literally what we're talking about. There are plenty of raw gold farm videos on YouTube that show what to grind to get more than enough money for the mount. I'm sure there are. Yeah, a lot of people made a lot of videos on that kind of stuff. But you won't need to though. You will have plenty of money if you just grind normally. Like there's no, unless you're just like buying gear like every single level and minor upgrades, you'll have plenty of money. But the thing is, you don't even really need a mount for grinding. Like you really don't. Not every class has, like, warrior probably needs it because they don't have any type of speed buff at all. Maybe like rogue, but like ghost wolf is perfectly fine. If I get this character to 40, I probably won't even buy a mount. There's just no point for it. I'm never gonna mount up anywhere unless I'm running back to vendor. And once we're at higher levels, we'll have bigger bags and more use of the Hearthstone because we'll have astral Hearthstone thing, whatever it's called. It's like that Gap advertising a sweater saying little monkey and they had a young African American kid wearing it. Oh god. You get Ghost Wolf at 20, yep. I bought BOE blues a lot and still had a mount by 42. I would have had it at 40, but a 15 gold level 40 weapon was too hard to pass up. Yeah. Weapon, especially if you're playing a melee, it's like it's worth investing in more than a mount for sure. Like if you can just buy like fucking Ashbringer at level 40 and never get another gold drop again, you would take that. Like it would still be faster than having a mount. Having a really good weapon is so useful when grinding. So much of your auto attacks are like that's all your damage, so. The other thing I invested in recently was iron and mithril spike patterns for my pally. Sword and board with consecrate. Oh yes, shield spike's actually really useful too. Especially if you're going actually prod, because then you can take holy shield to some great efficacy, but they use a lot of mana while leveling, I'd imagine. Okay, bags are almost filled up. So we're gonna fly to Thunder Bluff, train Ghost Wolf, and then that'll be grinding for the rest of this stream now. Buying all this gear made it so I haven't healed myself out of combat in 3 levels. Wow, really? As a warrior, that's interesting. Do you have like a lot of spirit or something? Bloodthirst keeps me up, huh? Didn't realize they heal for that much. Okay, let's start grinding our way back. Because we have a we can't really go down. We have to go around. I think I saw Guzu was doing a staff spirit warrior build for leveling, and it looks honestly kind of insane. Yeah, warrior, like spirit is really, really good for grinding. But probably just warrior in general. Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll get that killed too. We don't actually have a slot right now. Because of your way of playing, I have spent over 400 gold on gear. Damn. There's a lot of mobs around them. I can skill equal level mobs. I can kill equal level mobs in 10 seconds. Wow, that's really good. Level 22 though, so it's a little bit hard to kill, but. Okay, cool. That's really nice. That's actually really valuable. That's 2 silver just for that one thing. Alright, let's head back. Go turn that in as well then, that's nice. I feel like Fury one-handers is underrated. It's just because you miss so often with the offhand that people, even like two-handed Fury is something that I think a lot more people do. But I guess you have double the chance of proccing all the things, like, I don't know how it works really. I always do two-handed whenever I level warrior. It's hard to get 2 good weapons, I feel like. But I guess if you're just buying stuff on the auction house, it's not. Two-handed arms is a superior leveling spec, especially once you get sweeping strikes. But to be honest, in Classic, you can play however you want. Oh, obviously. It's like not really going to make much of a difference. There's such a little skill ceiling to leveling. The route is so much more important than any spec. Hey, big dog, what's up, buddy? Have fun leveling. Thanks, man. Sword of Omen plus Vanquisher Sword makes it easy to switch. Oh, yeah. But those are not, those are from quests, right? Won't be watching, but I left a like. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You can like it if you want. It doesn't really. This channel's not even monetized, so it doesn't really matter how many people are watching it. If you're not subbed, though, that would be the #1 thing I would ask of you. Just to get the sub count back, I gotta get it to 1,000 before we can get partnered. I don't even know where you turn this in. It's this guy, isn't it? Oh, I didn't pick it up, that's why.
Well met. We shall meet again. May the eternal sun.
Only 1,000 experience from that, that's wild. That is wild.
What brings you here?
We need to set our heart
Goodbye.
there first. Each mob was giving us 120 experience, so that's 10 mobs. But obviously that was just kill one mob and get the quest, so that's worth it, but... If a quest requires you to kill more than 10 mobs, you get more experience from just killing the mobs.
Winds be at your back.
We already have 3 gold. I actually have 4 gold on us right now, so we're going to be really rich.
Well met.
Once we vendor everything... Yep, 5 gold, 80 silver, so let's vendor a repair as well. Hey, Socks, welcome.
Go in.
Hope all's going well. Yeah, thanks. Nice and just chill, just trying to chill out and just enjoy.
Peace, friend. Farewell.
I found it interesting once you get to silk, the bandages sell for more than the cloth. Really? That's interesting. I don't have that. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that, but I don't really... Yeah, I don't kill. You killing humanoids? That's crazy. I've not ever killed humanoids in grinding. It's always a little bit slower, it feels like. Yeah, when is the actual UFC fight then? Because it's in Australia, right? Doesn't say what time it is. Oh, there it is. Oh no, it's still 10 p.m. Okay. It's gonna be mad early in the morning. That sucked for them. Stack of silk, 30 silver. Stack of bandages, 40 silver, and so on. Huh. I do beasts and humanoids to keep my FA levels. What is FA?
How may I aid you? Walk.
Okay, skinning trained. Now we go train shaman stuff. Then we'll hit the auction house. I'm torn with... Oh, first aid, gotcha. I'm torn with the VA. I don't know what that means. Virginia? I can go to vocational school for free. I'm trying to decide between being a mechanic or an electrician. I could also full send and be a cop. Oh yeah. Well, you got a lot of choices. I found a hyper spawn where you don't have to move and 5 mobs continuously spawn. Oh, okay. Alright, here comes hopefully some good things to train here. I don't actually remember.
Peace, friend.
Not really. Don't need any of those. Ghost Wolf obviously we need. Cure Poison might be worth training. Healing Wave will definitely train. I don't really see us using it, but let's train it just in case. Okay.
Go in.
Another healing wave rank is a nice one. So let me quickly look at when we get the next rank of our core thing. Cloud9 Server, what's up, buddy? The add-on What's Training is great. Makes you see what spells you earn at what level. Yeah, I know, I heard about it. One of the best early farms is the Scorpion's Basilisk outside of Nigel Point in northern Desolace. Nice. Most of the popular grind spots were overflowing with people. Yeah, that's a good point. What is your go-to grinding spot at around level 15 on Alliance? I've never actually done Alliance, like 1 to blah, so I don't know. I have not done Alliance. Probably Loch Modan, though. There's a lot of beasts in Loch Modan, I would imagine. But I don't know. The thing about Horde is the Barrens is such a central location that, like, you always are in the Barrens, so.
We shall meet again.
And it's such a good grinding, like, it's got so many beasts in it. So you'd have to find a place in the normal Alliance zones. It'd probably be maybe even Darkshore. That just has beasts without any quests associated with them. That's always the #1 thing you're looking for. Okay, so Lightning Shield is 24, and Rockbiter also 24, so that's good.
May the eternal sun shine upon thee. Walk with the earth, mother.
Whoa.
Ancestors watch over you.
Just trying to change the filter back.
May the eternal sun shine.
Sentinel Hill in Westfall, there's birds and boars that hyperspawn. Oh, yeah. Birds can't be skinned, but yeah. Darkshore is going to be the best location? I'd imagine so, yeah. There's a lot of mobs in that zone. It's kind of like the Barrens of Alliance. But it's a far trip for human and dwarf, so it's probably not worth it if you're just grinding. Like, you have to train too, you know? So to get back to the trainers, it's going to be really hard. You want to try to find a central location that cuts down all the time between auction house and trainers. The birds drop tons of light feathers that you can sell to people. Gotcha. Alright, let's see what we got here. Diamond hammer. Couple blues. Those are huge upgrades, one way or the other. Should I get that with the stats on it, or should I get that with the proc on it? I don't think there's any other really big pieces to get. That's pretty big. You can get all kinds of stuff though, those are so cheap. Forest leather mantle, that's a good piece there. Or just really any shoulders at all. I don't need to spend a whole gold on it. Those are actually just not better than these, and they're way cheaper. I use that hammer for a few levels, yeah. I believe Darnassus does have all the trainers. No, you don't have paladins, yeah. Look at level 21. The leather working shoulders are probably silver. Well, that's fine. We got what we needed. Is there good shields? Is that what you're saying? Redbeard's crest. Huh? 3 gold on a shield or 3 gold on a weapon? What'd you do? I would take the shield, I guess. Pretty much it now. We're out of money, right? These are still pretty big upgrades, so we'll buy this too. What about like cloak? Drakewind band. That's can't really afford much else at this point. It's in cloth, right? Sentry cloak. That's always a really good pickup. Yeah, we're good on gear, I think, for now. Oh, right. Well, we'll be able to vendor these two and get some money back.
Peace, friend.
Not for much, though. Alright.
Winds be at.
Alright, on our way. Quite like the way the character looks, honestly. Oh, yeah, we don't have to play. We're Harthen. To go, so it's 40% only. There's nothing to make it faster, is there? I don't think so. Can you actually skin in Ghost Wolf in Classic? I don't know. Yeah, you can. So where are the other beast quests? Down... Or is there only the one? I thought that was the second one. Oh yeah, Awan Taka. That's the one. Just not... Can we like get rid of that one? I don't want to see that one. Not gonna be doing that one. Even though I'm a glass cannon kind of player, by going Ellie for more damage. I kind of enjoy... I enjoy the tank shaman build you're doing. Yeah. No, not washed upon it. There's a third one somewhere. Just can't remember where. Yeah, this is the way for me. Like, because now I can just like the more defense I have, the more guaranteed I won't like have any reason to think. Just trying to go ultra brain off mode. The shield's solid too because it's got a bunch of strength on it. It's like a blue thunder lizard. I think that must be this one. Just doesn't have like a path on it. I guess it always just spawns over there. It's probably why. Might have to take a few days break. I've gotten to the level of the auction house is bare on weapons. Yeah, take a. That's why it's like. That's why I said like grinding is best paired with taking breaks because a lot of people dinging. Best paired with taking breaks because you're going to be able to get rested as well, which makes grinding way faster. Flurry axe can drop for me. Yeah, maybe I'll get some super lucky too, but doubt it. Grinding close enough that the Camp Taraja music plays. Love that. Characters looks good too. I like the way they. It's like shaman tank look. It's pretty cool looking. Don't see a lot of leather when you're tanking. Not a lot of characters gonna be wearing a shield with leather on. Nothing around this area. I always think there'd be something here, but nothing. Oh, woolly. No, that's not what I thought. Not what we're looking for. I love that like thunder rumble every time you have that spell go off. It's pretty cool. There's just so much flavor in this zone, even on like basic mobs. Cannot get rid of this lethargic feeling today. Usually when that happens to me, it's either because I didn't eat very well the previous day or because I didn't sleep very well the previous day. If it's sleep, it's a lot easier to solve. The way I've solved it is to just get a lot of oxygen in your body as fast as possible. Your body's struggling to like be metabolically accurate with its energy. And the best way to help that is to just get tons of oxygen. So just go outside and just breathe for like a couple minutes straight and just focus on breathing as much as you can and you'll immediately feel better. Sun and oxygen. But if it's actually food, then you're probably gonna have to just wait until your body helps you out. I had a burger and 1 beer for dinner. Maybe that messed me up. Do you drink a lot? Like often, I mean. Not anymore. Yeah, it could be that then, yeah. Two beers a week now if I drink? Oh, okay. Well, that's still more. You mean like you have beer somewhat frequently then? I was thinking like your body was just confused what that alcohol is. Most weeks nothing though? Oh, I see, okay. Yeah, I don't drink like ever. I had a sip of, it was like a pumpkin beer brought to us. Everything happened and it was like, I tried it. It tasted just like regular beer. It didn't taste like pumpkin at all. Waste. It was a waste. Oh, that's a little 22, dude. Hey, Kick, what's up, buddy? How are things going? Yeah, good. Just punching or hitting mobs with the mace and waiting until they die. I wonder if this strategy for leveling would be fun as Resto Shaman. I can't imagine it being fun. You don't have any, you mean like talenting into Resto? What would you even do with it? It's like nothing in this tree that helps you level, right? Or is there something I don't know about? I guess that talent might help a little bit. Nature's spell, maybe that. I'm waiting for my flight back home. Oh shit, where are you going from? This is probably a little bit too high level for it. Let's do let's go back across the road. Orlando. Oh, okay. It's probably a big airport then, huh? My parents are going to Scotland tomorrow. They haven't been on vacation since I was 5. Oh, wow. Scotland, huh? How long are they staying there? What is Brontes? What's a rare? That's interesting. That's another thing I did on my servers. Made rares and rare elites give 11 times more experience than they normally do, so they can actually be like worth killing. A week and a half? Oh, wow. It's like a 16-hour flight, though, isn't it? I definitely wouldn't want to go to Scotland for like 3 days. 2 of the days you're on travel, basically. No clue how long the flight is, but yeah, it would be dumb to go for less than a week. Yeah, definitely. It's 16 hours, I'm pretty sure. I know that's what it is from here to England, so I assume not any difference. Let's take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Of course, I'm thinking of, yeah, no. Can't remember what the name of the airport is around here. Just say Philadelphia Airport, I guess. It's not very expensive. That'd be more. Guess it depends where you want to go. Some of the places in Scotland are way more. Yeah, 16 hours, 1 stop. 29 hours. Oh my god, that would be... that would not be good. Are they staying in one spot for that whole week, or are they going somewhere, like traveling the whole country or something? Because I've heard a lot of people go for like golf trips and stuff, and Scotland's not that big, so you can kind of go all over the place. pretty easily. We're going to England and then maybe Wales. Oh, wow. They described the whole trip in detail to me and my wife. You just, what, you don't remember it or what? I wasn't really paying attention though. Yeah, I'm not really a big travel guy either, honestly. If there was an easy way to travel to golf, I would do it, but it's so risky to take your clubs on an airplane, man. I've seen so many people lose their clubs. And I don't know if there's any recourse. Like, if they break your clubs, like, what happens? Like, you have to pay for it yourself, I assume, right? Like, I don't know. Travel is expensive enough. I'm not trying to have to come buy new clubs after I travel. I hate flying, yeah. Driving is not... I used to hate driving long distances, like even as a passenger. Did it so much this last year that I'm actually like, I'm alright with it. As long as it's not like super annoying roads and stuff. Like I still do not want to drive through Philly or New York City, but I drove from fucking here to Tennessee, so that was literally one road. We got on 81 and that was it. Never got off the road until we got to our destination. So that, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine with that. But when, like some of the other times it was like going through these major interchanges and major cities and shit, it's just, nah, I'm not really, I don't necessarily love that. If it wasn't for fucking GPS and phones, I would have no hope, man. I don't even know how you would drive. The signs are just not, like, accurate enough, I feel like. Especially around here, it's like, it kind of, like, confuses you. It's like, this lane for this thing, and then it's like, but it's not the lane. There's an exit. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're not ready for the exit, you could just miss it. When I went down to... I had to go south for a bit, and I ended up missing the exit on the turnpike, and you can't turn around in the turnpike. You have to get off and back on and pay again. And it was like, it added like fucking a full like 30 minutes to the trip because there's only so many exits on the turnpike. When I was a kid, I remember my dad busting out the Alice to figure things out. I just wouldn't go. And the turnpike sucks, yeah. Yeah, you guys, the Garden State Parkway or whatever is a lot better than the Pennsylvania Turnpike, let me put it that way. It is bad. Like, it was like a long stretch. I missed the exit. Well, actually what happened was I wanted to go to the Allentown exit, but I also needed to really go to the bathroom. So I was like, the Allentown rest stop is right next to the Allentown exit. So I was like, all right, I'll just go to the rest stop. But the rest stop is after the exit, but it's like literally like 100 feet after the exit. Like, it's not after it. It's basically not after it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I can just turn around. But, you know, I didn't think, but you cannot. You cannot get back on the north part of the turnpike. It's not possible. So I had to go down another, like, probably 15 miles to get off another exit. And then turn all the way, you know, get back on, pay again, all the way back up. It's like, what the fuck? It added like almost 45 minutes to the trip just by going off the wrong exit there. Ridiculous. We have the turnpike too. It's the same thing. Oh, okay. I've only ever been on the Garden State Expressway or whatever they call that. But yeah, it's like super far in between. Whereas like 81, it's like literally like 10 exits within 100 miles. Oh no, that's not even. It's probably 10 exits within 20 miles. Parkway is cool. A bunch of shoobies on it in the summer. Oh, really? Yeah, when we went went to Wildwood, I went a route that I'd never taken before, and it was... I couldn't believe how many people were going to the beach. Like, the roads, every road to go to the beach was just filled with people. Pretty wild. Because we went on like a Friday, so I've never gone on a weekend before. Usually, if we were going down properly, we'd go in the middle of the week. Like my parents always would take the week off. We call September local summer. Yeah, that's probably the better time to go for you guys, huh? Yeah, there was a lot of New York tags here. Oh, it's the Brewers. Yankees and the Brewers tonight. I don't really care for the beach. I just like getting home without traffic. Yeah, I feel you. I'm not really into the beach either. I just like Wildwood because there's so much to do there. Kind of like big part of my growing up like was done at Wildwood. Funnel cakes? Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember funnel cakes. There's so much good food in Wildwood. That was crazy. That's the thing I'll always remember. Like my father, every time we'd go down, my father would we'd literally like every single place we'd stop at, he'd comment like, or drive by, I don't mean stop, like he would just be like reading signs for restaurants for like the whole time we were in the Wildwood. There's almost like so many places to eat that you'll just never be able to eat at them all. It's like a stock dad thing, I guess, probably. No, I find myself doing it too, and I'm like, I gotta suppress it. Don't need to read out the sign of every restaurant that we pass. It's like patting a table to see if it's dirty. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. I love how classic is hidden gem gear that just has agi on top of strength and stam for no reason. Oh yeah, stats in classic are wild, yeah. They're just like the Wild West basically, like they don't have any rhyme or reason. Now I'm gonna aggro. That would have been kind of bad, I think. Yeah, we definitely probably lost rested, maybe even before the previous level was over. This level's been a lot longer. We dinged with 46 minutes in the stream. Where are we at now? 2 hours, so probably on our way to the level, but we got another like 30 minutes before this level dings. I actually went to the auction house and couldn't find an upgrade. Not a usual experience. Yeah, you're saying it's too high level. That's gonna actually be a bit of an issue, I think, but it's also a lot of people just die. They don't make it there. Like right now you can find a million things because everybody's still alive. I get that flurry though. I can't wait to get that. Favorite down points. Makes me think on market endgame might be farming level 15 to 25 gear. Yeah, I guess. I don't. You know, the stuff doesn't really sell for a lot, to be honest. So. Flurry is life changing. Yeah. Love it. A long time before we get that, though. It's a weird economy. All leather, even thick and cloth, don't even auction house over vendor costs, and greens rarely sell. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just not really worth selling the leather. Too many, like, everybody leveling is gonna have, like, so many people are gonna have it, you know? And you get a lot. Like, I mean, I already have 3 stacks of light leather on me. Heavy leather per level. That's a interesting way to look at it. Were you able to do whole levels without having to go back at that point? Like, I don't know when the bag starts becoming a problem. I don't remember that. Oh, I should have looked for bags too. I forgot about that. Full 10 slot bags. Okay. That, didn't I? Hey Liz, what's up? How you doing? How's the grind? Yeah, grindy. As expected. Going well. I've never grinded in Classic before. How long can you stay in the Barrens? 26, I think, is the level for the Barrens, and pretty sure there's level 24s and 5 down south, and that's down here, and that's about it. And I believe it's 26 to... let's just look at the video again. Yeah, 22 to 25 I do in the south down here. And then 25 and onward is in another video. Let's see. Yeah, then 24 to 27 in the Beast and Hillsbrad. Hillsbrad's a really good grinding zone, but it's far away for Horde. Not a great zone for Horde, unfortunately. Especially a Shaman, I might not be able to go there at all. To think about that, I don't know. Maybe we'll look towards, I don't even know. Looks like I'm recommending, you can pretty much, yeah, you can go like 25 to 30 in Hillsbrad, and then 31 onward is Arathi. A lot of beasts in Arathi as well. Alteric as well is another good one, but yeah, these are all really not great for Horde, I feel like, but at that point it doesn't really matter though, because you don't really need to go back as often. You're only going to be training once every, like, I mean, even now I'm only training once every like 8 levels or something. And then 8 levels would take like 16 hours plus at that point, so. Yeah, there's probably a better option than 1,000 Needles. I've never looked at it. Are you planning to throw in some quests here and there? I'm not questing, like, you know, do a quest, go, like, pick a quest up, go do it, come back, do another one. I'm not doing that. But, like, yeah, I've already done a few quests. Like, I killed the named Kodo or whatever and turned that in, you know? Strommy's running to the store. Does anyone need anything? Yeah, if you can send me some pizza. Some New Jersey pizza. I love it. But anyway, 1,000 Needles is probably going to end up being where I go for that, because I don't know though, maybe not, I don't know. I had some really good pizza this week. Oh, where'd you get that? I'd love to get some good pizza, man. When you get pizza, how do you get it? Plain? Yeah, plain with red pepper on it. That's it. I like the one place that's really good around here, Shelly's, has really good pepperoni. That's like the best pepperoni pizza I've ever had in my whole life. The pepperoni is like fucking ultra thin. I don't know how they even cut it that thin. It's insane. Like, you don't even have to bite through it. It's crazy. That's like the best. But I'm not really a big fan of toppings on pizza. My dad used to love sausage or meatballs on pizza, so I've had that just because he didn't get it a lot, but sausage is a gamble, because sometimes you get the fucking like breakfast sausage, like sweet, like maple syrup tasting sausage, and man, that is terrible on pizza. I get it plain and it was awesome. I gotta find the name of the place. Yeah, thin and a little crispy. Well, you're talking about the pepperoni. It's not really that crispy, no. It's really hard to explain. It's like literally like just a slice of meat on top of the pizza. It's so thin. Pepperoni and sausage all day. I love, yeah, like the cup pepperoni and the spicy pepperoni, and then like spicy sausage. But my dad was making pizza too, like on his own for a while there. I gotta go see, because it was really fucking good. It's like, I'm gonna miss that, man. He made some really good pizzas. I gotta see if there's, I don't know what he was buying, but man, was it good. See, his like best friend was like, he owned a pizza restaurant around here, and it was like, it's hard to explain. But I live in a place that's like got a lot of, you know, politics type, small town politics shit, and a lot of like family, like deep family ties to these pizza restaurants. Like these pizza restaurants have been around since like the 1800s, some of them. So anyway, one of them is called Gigerelli's, and the guy's name was Elio Gigerelli. So the people who own the restaurant Gigerelli's now are not his relationship. Like they're like an offshoot of the family, but they were the ones that the business was passed down through. But he knows the recipes because he has, you know, it was his grandmother who originally had the restaurant. So he opened his own restaurant and sold a better version of the pizza that Gigerelli sells. Well, people who own Gigerelli's didn't like that very much. Like they were like I think they like threw a brick through his window and shit. Like it was like a war. And now the guy who owned the Gigerelli's restaurant is dead. He was murdered. He's been found. The body was finally found. It was like a year and a half later, finally found. They brought somebody into custody, but I was like, did Jish have him killed? Like, did Dad's friend have him killed? It was like that I would have put money on it. But apparently it was the guy's son was in debt. Like severe gambling debt or something like that. Somebody came to collect it and the father was there instead. I don't really, who knows, but anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on in a small town. So. But anyway, yeah, my dad's friend is the guy who had the competing pizza place, and it was really, 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 really unique. And my dad always loved that. You can't get pizza like that anywhere else. It was insane. It was like one piece of pizza was like a full meal. It was insane. Such a heavy, thick piece of pizza. Anyway, is there a skinning trainer in STV? No, there's no skinning trainers. You can just type that into Wowhead, but I don't think there's a skinning trainer outside of the major city for anything higher than like the lowest skinning. Maybe though. There's probably one somewhere actually. Let's see. It's a plot for a movie? Yeah, basically, yeah. That's why I said the next True Detective should have just taken place where I live. Shadow Prey Village. Yeah, that's the one. I knew there was a skinning trainer somewhere that wasn't a major city, but yeah, just Shadow Prey Village or Camp Majachi, that's it. I think you need to write a movie about that. Call it Domino's Fall. Yeah, there was a Domino's in my... I think there still is somewhere, but it's like... Nobody gets the pizza there, I tell you that. I'm gonna die here. 22, a bit above our head right now. Well, we're probably gonna ding very shortly. Which is fine, obviously we want to ding, but I do have a bit of a time limit here, so we'll probably end up going. I don't think we'll be able to get another level, is what I'm thinking, so. I hate ending in the middle of a level, but like stopping and then, especially if you're looking at rested, it's hard to tell exactly how much you have. But we'll just go for probably another hour and see where we're at. And then I probably won't do this again until I have at least another full level of rested acquired, so like another week. Just come on, bang out a level, back to rested. Probably how we handle it for a while. What I need to do is make the playlist for this. Did you manage to solve the download problem? No, I don't think it's going to be solvable. You try it again today, I guess, but it didn't work last night either. Oh, there's the thing. Well, it's only 1 o'clock, so it might be possible to get another level in here, but I don't know. Probably like an hour and a half. How long did, so 46 minutes was when we did the first time, and we're now 2 hours and 20 minutes in. But we did go to Thunder Bluff. That was like at least 15 minutes of stuff. It's probably still sub 1 hour and a half for levels, but does it affect all the videos? No, I have 35 episodes of the Hunter, or is it 25, whatever it is, and yeah, I think it's 25, and I have 23 of them downloaded. Episode 22 and episode 24 cannot be downloaded for some reason. I have no idea why. It just won't download. And like, it gives me an error like if I don't have internet or something like that. So at worst, those 2 episodes just won't be on this channel, which is not great, but if you're watching the playlist anyway, you can just go to this, like, because I have them on the other channel, like that's where I'm downloading them from, so they're still viewable. I'm gonna start uploading them probably tomorrow, or maybe I'll probably upload them tonight and then start publishing them tomorrow or something. Like, I don't know, I don't want to just flood the channel with them all, but I don't want to do like 1 a day or something like that. We can do more than 1 a day. Probably get like maybe like every 2 hours I'll upload one or something like that. I don't know. That is that's definitely my best leveling challenge so far. Yeah, no, I'm glad you're gonna. This is definitely my best one. Like the other one that you watched, that was very unique, especially as I was still learning how to do stuff with the server and everything. But this is like, now we're like fully in, like now we're really getting into the meat and potatoes of editing stuff. The next thing I want to do is start adding quests to the game. I need to find like some place. Ajara obviously is the #1 that needs, like, it has like 0 quests in the zone for some reason. That's a zone that definitely needs some more quests. But I'd like to just like add a couple here and there. Like, I remember saying it in the Druid playthrough. There's like a hub here for Alliance that just has nothing in it. And I'd be like, all right, we can just add a couple quests there or something like that, you know? Just something to make it so like every zone can be quested through without having to, like, the experience rate is already where I think like the experience rate is perfect, but you still cannot do one zone. Like, you have to go multiple zones for your own level just to ding. So I'd love to be able to just add like 5 or 6 quests to each zone to just make it so you can just do one zone for like 10 levels or whatever, you know. When you ever talked about that, I got really excited. Yeah, it's such a unique thing. Like, WoW doesn't allow for this, you know. So it's really, like I was saying, like I was making the Pokemon game forever because that was like I had this kind of desire to like get like creative, you know, juices flowing. But now that I have this, it's like just way more. Plus, I'm more passionate for it. Like, the Pokemon game was fun and all, but I don't really like Pokemon more than I like WoW. So, oh, look at this. Paladin, not on a mount. So, what level are they? Probably 30 something. Oh, when did we get a level 13 axe? Where did we get that from? I didn't even notice that. That's the other crazy thing about grinding. It's like so brain off that I was just like, oh, I have an epic in my bag. Like, that happened to me when I was leveling on Nestarius. I like went to vendor something and it sold for like 4 gold. I was like, wait, what the fuck was that? And then I look back and I'm like, what the hell? I had like a fucking epic. I can't remember what it was, but it was not very valuable. I think it was a dagger or something like that. It wasn't very valuable, but it was still like, what the hell? An epic dropped. But yeah, if you haven't heard, like the Hunter's leveling challenges, the goal isn't necessarily to level. It's to craft every single item that leatherworking has. That's my goal. And it's it takes me a lot of consternation to wrestle with the idea of doing it throughout the playthrough. So you should enjoy that. There's a lot. Like, I have the spreadsheet still up right now. Like, this is fucking insane. Look at how many fucking leatherworking patterns there are. Oh my god. 235 leatherworking patterns. Shit. How long is it gonna take you? I have no idea. I think I'm in like the I think I'm like close to 50 now. I think I might actually be 50. I might be like 48 or 49. So the leveling portion is almost done. I'm thinking, I'll just like spoil this for you since I want to talk about it. Like, I was heavily debating about how, because like, here, let me show you the document again. So you see all these low level ones that are drops. I was debating on how I wanted to handle that, and I was thinking about like trying to add more determinate sources of them dropping, but there's so fucking many of them. It's like probably like a third of the patterns from like 1 to 250 are BOEs. So I would spend so much time making new quests or whatever I would do, like put them on vendors. It would be like dozens of hours of stuff off screen just to make on-screen content. So I'm like, in my head right now, I'm thinking like either I'll do that at the end of the playthrough or I just won't craft those ones. Any like actual BOE from low level stuff, I just won't craft. But what I do want to do now that I'm at the right level is get deep into the specializations, because you know they have specializations for crafting in Classic. So that's where we're at now, like working on picking up the specializations, and everything north of those I will craft 100%. So that is gonna take a long fucking time just for all that, because then you gotta get the patterns. A lot of the patterns come from reps, a lot of the patterns come from raids, stuff like that. So I gotta figure out a way to, you know, change the raids or the character in a way that I can go and do the raids alone. Like it's, yeah, we have basically just started. Like it's really should have just been 2 playthroughs, me leveling 1 to 60 and then me getting all the patterns and doing that. But I wanted to do them together because I thought it would be more interesting. So yeah, where we're at. That's why you also have to start the BM one. What I mean, if you were talking about blacksmithing, yeah, I need the blacksmithing. I need to start a blacksmithing one too, because I need iron buckles for a lot. Like I have on the spreadsheet, I have like all the things that are stopping me from crafting it. Yeah, iron buckle, iron buckle, iron buckle. That's where just I'm at right now. So we need a lot of iron buckles. So yeah, we're gonna need to start a blacksmithing one too, which I wanted to do anyway. Like I want to do this on tailoring and blacksmithing too, because it's just fucking super fun. This is the best leveling challenge I could come up with. Like this is the pinnacle of leveling challenges, because it's exactly what I love about Classic. Like everything I love about Classic, all in one thing. So I want to do this for all 3. But yeah, anyway, blacksmithing is like the best one of all of it. Leatherworking is really, really, really cool, and I think I'm slowly falling in love with leatherworking more than blacksmithing. But blacksmithing is like the best for one reason, and that's dark iron ore. Dark iron ore is such a unique thing in Classic. The fact that it has to be smelted at the dark iron forge in BRD, fucking like that's the best thing in the game. So no matter what else about blacksmithing, that is the pinnacle. So I can't wait to do blacksmithing. I already actually tried when I first started messing around with the server thing, and there was a lot of issues with it, so I just kind of stopped. But we're gonna start an actual, I already have the character made and everything, so I'm gonna level that character and do the same thing. I just don't want to split my attention too much between it, because if I start the blacksmithing one, then I'm just gonna probably stop the leatherworking one for a while. But I kind of can't continue the leatherworking one without blacksmithing. And so in the future, so what I'm going to do now that I know about this, I didn't realize how much Classic professions required each other. Like you can't really make most blacksmithing patterns require something not from blacksmithing or mining. So now that I know that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cheat in every profession. Like I'm going to cheat in skinning, and I think there's like even something else. But anyway, that character that I eventually do blacksmithing on will also have skinning. And so then I won't have to fuck around with both characters from then on. But anyway, did you change the character as well? No, I didn't change the Hunter. Hunter's like, I just wanted to mess around with that as Druid because I like the idea of playing a Druid without being in cat form 24/7, because I fucking hate cat form. Terrible looking in Classic. Hunter, I think, you know, these other classes are fine as they are, but we might do some minor stuff like Paladin. I think I want to give that Holy Cleave spell I was talking about a while ago, but anyway. Yeah, no, I don't plan on changing the classes other than that Druid. That's a little bit, it's just not really like that interesting. But I do like the idea of giving them talents from other talent trees that you don't normally have, and that, because that actually occupies a talent point somehow. That's a pretty cool thing about that whole thing that we're doing there. But obviously, you see when you hear all that, like you see like why that's just more interesting than sitting here grinding mobs on hardcore. It's like this is going on. I'd like to add this to the leveling challenge. Like say I did it once, but it's like that's just playing classic in that way is way more interesting than playing classic in this way. But it is definitely one that I want to, it's like a trophy I want to have on the wall kind of thing. Say I got a character to 60 without dying once. I like that part too, giving a priest a pet, for example. Yeah, there's probably, yeah, if you can come up with any like cool ideas, let me know. The problem is there's a lot of spells that are like really cool, but they don't have ranks. Like for example, I don't even know like if an actual NPC has these spells or what, but like there's a way to get a rock elemental, just like a permanent rock elemental as a pet for a shaman, but it doesn't have a spell rank, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't, is it going to be overpowered in the beginning? Is it going to be useless at the end? I don't really know. Stuff like that is a pipe dream though, because changing the actual spells is very, 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 very hard. So I'm not going to be changing any actual spells. But if there are spells already in the game that can be used, like the Druid was a slam dunk, giving it mail, giving it the ability to use like, you know, having an interrupt, giving it the ability to use some of the shaman spells. Like it just made a lot of sense. Druid and shaman really are very similar in classic. But like trying to come up with some new niche for the fantasy of another class that already has a good niche, it's, yeah, it's gonna be difficult. I tried to make like a warlock necromancer instead of a regular warlock. That was kind of cool, but again, the spell ranks make it impossible. It's almost like you should just play it at 60 and then you just fuck around. Oh god, that fire potion sound, yeah. The last like few episodes. Grinding is fine, but it doesn't feel like the character has a purpose, whereas the profession challenge, it feels like a life purpose for the character. Yeah, that's why I'm so excited about it. It's exactly how I feel about it. It's like, I have a very, very, very... And the task is tall, but it's so wide that like every time I log on to that character, I can make some progress. You know, right now, the only task on this character is get to 60 without dying. That's it. So there's not like granularity to it. It's just eventually it'll be 60 and the challenge will be completed. Whereas with the leatherworking thing, it's like, okay, should I level? Should I go train my, you know, like there's so many different, should I get, should we go to this zone because this zone has leather? Well, it has the leather, but it doesn't really have quests I want to do. You know, like there's a lot to think about. So I would love to just, that is like the pinnacle. That will be the best leveling challenge ever, like without question. And I've only done it for mail. Like I'd like to do something similar on Live WoW. I already kind of tried it, where I just craft every single item in the game in Live WoW. I would love to do that, but the problem is I really want the transmogs from it, so I don't really want to be crafting gear I can't get transmog from. But I'm heavily thinking about doing the same thing in Live WoW, for blacksmithing especially. Because there's so many transmogs that I want. Because the task is tall, it feels exciting. I don't really like challenges where you can see the end. Yeah, I feel you, I feel you. It's just very like, it's very nice to like log on and just like what I've been doing is like every time I craft something I put a gray box here to indicate that I crafted it. Putting a gray box in that spreadsheet is like very, very soothing. Like it feels very good. So that's probably the best thing. That's the thing I like the most about it. But especially now that there's so many patterns being added back in Classic and stuff, I'd love to just basically like craft everything in the game that I don't have the transmog from currently. I think that would be a really cool leveling challenge in Live WoW as well. Any streaming over the weekend? Probably not, no. Typically weekends, I don't really have the ability to sit for long periods of time. Watching the final episode of a challenge, it's just meh. I would rather watch from the start. Oh yeah, obviously I don't see anybody who would want to only watch the end. Oh, there he is. Level 24, though. This is kind of risky. We're going to be here for a while. We don't need to do this now. It's going to be here for a long time. I think I'm going to give hardcore another try. Oh, yeah. Cool. Have you done just grind to 60 before? Never to full 60 now. I used to stop at 43. This was basically how I'd get 1 to 43, and then by that point you'd have money for a mount and all kinds of good gear, so I'd always turn over to questing at that point, because once you have the mount, questing becomes a lot better. That's another reason why I want to try to do it. I mean, when I get to the end after watching all the other episodes. Oh, I get you, yeah. Yeah, the beginning is more exciting, I agree. But that's why you're gonna love this one. I can't wait to do the blacksmithing one too. Blacksmithing is just, it's insanely good in Classic. Like, I bet there's probably even more patterns for blacksmithing. And we go on this like the hunter does, like, we're in the Barrens for like a quarter of the playthrough, and then in STV for a quarter of the playthrough. It's just like such a fucking great, like, I love those two zones and I spend so much time in them. It's just, yeah, this is definitely the best leveling challenge I'll ever do. There's so much to skin and stuff at the Barrens and STV. It's so nice. And there's even more I need from STV. Like, I didn't even realize that in Classic there's these cats in STV that drop shadow hide leather or something like that, and I need that for like one pattern. So I need to come back and get those at some point. There's just so many different, I mean, I literally could just do leveling challenges for the rest of my life. Like, every free hour of the day could just be some kind of leveling challenge, and I would probably never get sick of them. I wish there was more like ways to get views on them, because, man, if this is what I would just do 24/7 for content, man, I would love it. There's so many ideas. I have so many ideas for it. Do you prefer Horde in Classic? No, I prefer Alliance, no doubt, but Alliance is super overpopulated in Classic. Like, it's usually like at least 5 to 1, I would say. So Horde is way better for this whole thing. I like Horde a lot, though. I mean, it's definitely really good, but Alliance is definitely always gonna be my preference. I'm hyped now. That's awesome. Yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love this. I'll start uploading them tonight and then get them live tomorrow for you. I got a lot of time waiting for Unity to start. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll try to get him out. I don't want to just like flood the channel like I had been doing now that there's actually content coming into it. But I'll probably try to get like a couple out tomorrow, no doubt. Not just like one and then wait. I kind of want to get through it though, because like there's now we'll finally be done with the backlog. Like now everything that comes on that channel will be fresh to that channel only. So it can just get made and just go live the second it's made. That person's like grinding also, but it looks like they're doing like super aggressive, like pulling multiple mobs at once. Guess it's Warlock, it's fine, yeah. That guy's also way higher level too. Guess we'll go somewhere else then if this guy's gonna be a dick about shit. Should be plenty of mobs for both of us. Hey, what's up, buddy? Welcome. How you been? Nothing to see here as well. What's up, man? How you doing? How's the grind fest? Yeah, it's been good. That first level was rested, so it's really nice. Makes it easy. Only like a 40-minute level. There's a bunch of people here, though. So much burnout. Oh, he's probably gonna kill the name mob. That's fine. I don't really care. We'll kill it eventually. I'll be grinding this spot for like 2 more levels at least. Uh-oh. Okay, let's get out of the way. Looks like they'll pass to the north of us. Yeah, they pat all the way up the road there. Any benefit from skinning to leveling, or might just as well gather the mats for crafting? No, yeah, huge benefit. Yeah, like we're getting tons of free money from this whole like process. See all this? This is like, it's a lot of free money, and this is the only real way to stay like competitive gear wise, because you're gonna get so much free money from grinding that you can just use to just turn right into buying gear on the auction house. Look at all this stuff. That's a lot of free money there. Slows down the leveling process a bit, but I think in the long term you want the money. And plus we're only ever gonna grind beasts, so every single mob we kill is gonna give us leather. I love the old barons so much. Yeah, me too. It's a true treat. And when grinding, you see every inch of it. That's the coolest part. We've been all over the zone today. Started up here and worked our way all the way down here. Pure nostalgia. It's funny because it is for me too, but I didn't do the barons for the first time until Nostalrius. Yeah, so 2015 or something. I never played Horde through the Barons properly until private servers. Well, like, yeah, well after. Because I had played Alliance when I was young, Classic and TBC and all that. And then I switched to Horde when I started taking raiding seriously, and by then I never really cared about leveling characters. So, it's like a lot of nostalgia, but it's just not the same nostalgia as the other parts of the game. I never did Alliance either until Private Server. There you go. That's funny. So we have that kind of the same experience, just on opposite ends. Barons in Ashenvale, fighting alliance outside of Astronar. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never really got involved. Like, I don't have any good memories of PvP, honestly. I have, like, no actual good memories of World PvP in this game. World PvP was always something bad for me. But see, I didn't actually play on a PvP server until I was in college, so... My original server was that RP server instead. I didn't know there was server differences for me. Yeah, that neither did I. Funny, same experience, but again, different outputs. I didn't know what an RP server even meant, but I played on Silverhand because I love the Silverhand characters from Warcraft 3. We realized we could attack the opposite faction in the world. That's funny. Shadow gem, you don't get that very often. It's peeling. I got a really bad sunburn the other day. I've not been outside without a hat on like all summer, I guess. And I went outside without a hat on and the top of my head was like all burned. Oh, it's back up already. Well, that was quick. Mark it, I guess. I don't know. Should we try to kill it? I don't really want to die. It's level 24. I don't think it's worth trying to kill. Not until 22. Such a little amount of experience as well. Kind of in the way though. Hey, dear heart. I always wanted to shave my head down, but I'm super afraid of skin burn on my head. Yeah, your scalp is like nothing gets through there when you have hair, right? So then if you shave it, it's going to be very likely to have problems. Super sensitive due to lack of exposure, yeah. Exactly right. don't know if it's like this for you, but when I hear certain tracks in Classic, I get really nostalgic. I mean, the music is a huge part of it for me, but I've played it so much that it doesn't really hit me like that anymore. It's actually like the thing, I'll tell you, like my favorite music in the game is not in Classic, unfortunately. My favorite music in the game are songs like the Ardenweald song, songs like the Tauren theme from Cataclysm, the Dwarf Inn song. I think that might be in Classic. It probably is, but you never get to hear it because you're never really in inns. It's songs that you don't really get to hear a lot. The songs that you hear all the time, I'm so overexposed to. Like, I've spent so many fucking hours in the Baron now that it's like, yeah, you know, it's great. It's great ambience. I love it. But it doesn't really, like, do anything every time a song plays. The one that would be for that is that's the Tauren theme, the Cataclysm Tauren theme. That just really, it's such a powerful song as it is. It's such a powerful track that I'm really moved by it every time I ever hear it randomly. Shoo-doo. If I can get that to play in Classic, I would just, yeah. You just listen to that over and over again. In fact, yeah, but like the best song in the game in my eyes. So if that can just play in Classic, I think it would fit even better in Classic, obviously. Makes me think of Karen, one of my favorite little characters. Oh yeah. I did see an article on Wowhead from Ian saying if they did another world revamp, they would probably set up ways to travel back to the old versions. Yeah. There was more hope there than it sounds like there is too, because he says it's likely to happen. Which, they don't say those words often, you know what I mean? I think that I'm like 100% sure they're doing it with the next expansion. What song was that? Oh, I'll link it to you. That is the Tauren theme that was added in class. So have you heard the Night Elf one? I'll play the Night Elf one next for you if you've never heard that. For some reason they added new Night Elf and Tauren music, but I don't think they added like every single thing, but this one's really good too. I don't know where it plays, honestly. I don't. It's really well done. Both of these are so good. This is the part you might have heard in the game. This plays in Asheville all the time now in Live WoW. That plays like all over the place. Any Night Elf zone, you'll hear that. Ashenville, I know it plays in that like the place that used to be Maestra's Post, I think is the name of it. Used to be like a questing hub in Classic. Yeah, Maestra's Post. It plays at Maestra's Post. Are you playing music? So yeah, if you never heard that, so that's WoW music. It's in the game. The two things we just played, those are in the game. And I said if those were in Classic, like I did not know they were added in Cataclysm until I started playing Season of Mastery. I had no idea because I never used to play the game with sound on. So I came to this classic version of the game thinking I would hear those songs and they would be really, ingratiating of the whole atmosphere, and they don't exist. They're not in Classic. They're Cataclysm, which is sad because they're so well he said it reminds me of Classic Ashenvale. It's like, yeah, it does, like, but it's not from Classic. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, they're the best, like, authentic tracks that they've ever added to the game for the zones and the atmosphere, but they're not even from Classic. They're from the expansion that ruined the zones. It's kind of wild. People can say what they want about WoW gameplay, but the art and music team kills it every single time. Yeah, it's literally never gotten any worse. That's the big thing. Gameplay goes up and down, and there's things you love and things you hate, but the music and zones and ambience and everything, like the visuals of the game, it's just, it's fucking outstanding. It's such a unique art style too. Like, I don't think that can be understated. Like, that really needs to be understood for it to be a good conversation on the topic, because yeah, you really can't, like, there's so many other games that look so similar to each other, you know what I mean? Whereas WoW is the only game that looks like this, and that is what makes it so unique, I think. I really want to play the next patch, but I'm having trouble finding a class I enjoy. I mean, you gotta play Druid then, dude. Like, you started with Druid, it's getting like so much love. Have you seen how much love Druid is getting? Like, you gotta do it. I don't know if my brain just like slow plays Classic or if I'm just falling out of love. Nah, I mean, no doubt, man. It's a very different game. I'm lucky that I enjoy both for different reasons, but I'm totally with you. The Dragonflight is just so good. It's easy to enjoy. Like, you don't have to do Mythic Plus, you know what I mean? You can just do the world content and try to make it like, maybe do like a little leveling challenge type thing, like make it so you only wear certain gear, or something that will make it slower pace and more deliberate, and maybe you'll have more fun. That new rune bear, dude, all the forms are just unbelievably good. Like, that's fucking gorgeous. That's gonna be the best looking zone in the game, 100%. I actually know my problem. I get that tunnel vision feeling in Mythic Plus, and I almost feel like winded after it. Oh really? I feel like I'm never in control. Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to play Mythic Plus. I mean, there's so much like, honestly, like, there is so much content now that if it wasn't for Blood DK and obviously the channel and all that, like, Mythic Plus would not even be my favorite content in the game anymore. Like, there's so much fun to be had in collection, and like, I'm really like becoming like addicted to transmog and stuff. It's kind of weird. The longer I play this game, the more I want to just fucking drop everything and just go try to collect every single thing in the game. Blizzard here, all the rest of Druid heard all the rest of Druid slander. Now they're trying to force him down Metro's life again. Yeah, to be honest. But they're not getting a new form, I don't think. Hey Metro, I saw in your recent video that you had Notepad++ open with some code in it. I am curious about what projects you were working on. Oh, that was actually the Crusader Kings 2 mod that I've been working on, yeah. I was working on adding a new event, or a new decision to the Crusader Kings 2 mod. I've been working on like making a mod where you can play as the Pope, and like playing as the Pope is almost like this kind of like god, like you're like kind of like you have a lot of power, let's put it that way, over other Christian rulers in the game. So I've been slowly adding more and more things like that. So the one I was adding yesterday was like a decision that spend piety and like force Christian rulers to stop fighting against each other. The thing that's weird about Crusader Kings 2 is like piety has like very little purpose. So that was like a slam dunk for me when I thought about all this. I was like, all right, we're gonna make the Pope have like an actual currency out of piety, and you have to use it well. It's pretty fun. I think you're right. I do love the Druid theme, and I have my Fellbear. Yeah, man, Druid's it for you for sure. I just pace myself in retail. There's so much to do. Yeah, and it's really easy. Like, you know, you made, maybe it was more like a joke to you, Stromy, but like when I said yesterday that like I feel like I usually have pretty good control over my brain. Like that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like I understand what stimuli make me want to do them more, what stimuli make me want to do them less. I understand like what burnout looks like, how to avoid burnout, how to have fun, how to not have fun. Like that's something I've studied a lot. It's you know, it's just brain chemistry. It's science, really. So that's like the number one thing that I've learned, and WoW has got a big problem with it right now. Like it's got so much fucking content that if you don't just focus on one thing and hit that hard, you'll get just super overwhelmed, and that's not good for your brain. That, you know, that your brain starts immediately getting diminishing returns from all these different stimuli in the game. So just got to find the thing that you want to focus on and just, you know, make that the best it can be. That's why I like doing the leveling challenges. That's why I like farming transmog, because it kind of gets me out of that I'm stuck in Mythic Plus for the rest of my life feeling, you know what I mean? As much as I do love doing keys on Blood DK, it's like, yeah, not really a good idea to just do one thing forever. But if you try to do too many things, then you end up getting really squirrely. Next, transmog farming is my current goal. Yeah, that's a lot. There's so much there too. It's awesome. I have a problem where once I get overwhelmed, I switch. So that's why I keep switching between tunes, doing low keys, not understanding crafting or how to get gear. Oh yeah, I feel ya. Well, if you have any questions, man, like please don't hesitate to ask. I can help you with that. Self-awareness is definitely, many people could use some primer and training on. Yeah, no, it's like, that's the thing that sucks, man. Like when you're in like primary education, you learn all about like math and reading and all this shit, but you don't learn anything about yourself. And it's really a shame, because it's not that hard to figure out who you are. But you have to get some basic information in your head, otherwise you'll never know where to start. Like when I was young, like even just like 10 years ago, I would say that I had no idea that, you know, all of these things that happen in your brain are actually completely within your control, or at least you could manipulate them to a point where you could get benefit from them instead of, you know, you could change a bad thing into a good thing. It just seemed like magic, right? Like when you're young and you don't know anything about anything, it's like, it's just, emotions are just magic. You have no control over them. You don't know what they mean. You don't know how they proliferate. Like, but no, in reality, everything is just, you know, studied to a point where it can be learned about, and you could learn more about how to help yourself if you're in a bad state, or, you know, how to make something bad into something good, or something good into something bad. It's all has its purpose and you know, evolutionary background. There's a reason our brains operate the way they do. My last level, it took 22 minutes to skin, but I made 23 gold that level. Oh, you're like 22 minutes to skin. Oh, you're calculating that. That's crazy. It got better with age for me either, but older generations, at least in my closest circle, they skipped the part in their life where they could grasp at the least fundamental concept over for them, for better or for worse. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people in real life who just have absolutely no, like, they just, you know, whatever stimuli excites them, they just follow it, and they have no recollection of what it means or where it's taking them. Like, cell phones have really damaged the world, man. Like, it's great to have the ability to look up stuff at a moment's notice and, you know, do all the stuff that cell phones are meant to do, but having the ability to just, like, look at fucking TikTok or Reddit or whatever these websites are nowadays, it's like not good. Not good for people's brains. And I don't like, I know so few people who actually, like, know that, you know what I mean? Like, I, like, you know, if I go out to dinner, I leave my phone at home. I don't want to have that urge. I don't want to have that in a place where I'm supposed to be enjoying my time. Well, how the fuck did that guy die? What the hell? Is that a Tauren druid who died at the quest, maybe? There's not even any mobs over there. Anyway, since I deleted my social media accounts, I felt so much better. Well, yeah, that's like step one, is recognizing what's causing you the problems and just eliminating them immediately. Like, phones aren't entirely evil, you know what I mean? It's not the physical thing of having the phone that's bad. It's the stuff that's on it, or the way you use it. So taking those types of actions are going to dramatically improve your life. I can't get my head around stuff like that. I'm smart mechanically. I can dissect complex mechanical systems, troubleshoot and repair them, but my own brain, no shot. I get you. Everybody's got a different way of thinking about stuff. For me, it's just, I just watch like tons of YouTube videos on it. Like, that's it. Like, I went to school and I was effectively classically trained in something that should have helped me understand this, but I didn't learn a thing about it. You know what I mean? Not in high school, not in college, not in undergrad, not in graduate school, nowhere. So it's not like it's easy to access information. That's the problem. Very few, like, yeah, you pretty much don't ever get told any of this stuff. Like, there's no emotional training. There's no, like, self-betterment courses. Like, if I was a fucking educator at the, like, the, you know, 7th through 12th grade level, it would be part of the curriculum. Every year you'd have something to help with emotional stability, understanding who you are, understanding why you are, you know what I mean? Like, these things are really important, but they don't do this shit because it borders into the realm of religion, and then people start, you know, like, if you tell some, like, super religious person that, like, all your emotions and all your mental states are because of brain chemistry that you can, you know, they're like, no, you know, then it gets really heated, and it's just not, yeah, it's just tough. Anyway, they were important for me at some time when it came to learning about specific stuff, but now, oh, Thunderhead. Oh no, that's Owen Taka. Why is he dead over here? Somebody just killed him over here, I guess. Anyway, but nowadays I didn't have the same value, mostly because you get spammed with information, and there's no way you can process through all of these things. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just way too much. It's over. That's what I was saying about, like, with WoW too. It's like the same problem. Even Wowhead, it's like getting too, like, there's just too much. There's just too much information out there. You can't do with it all. I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Ha! How about it? Oh, it missed. Oh! Wow, that was pretty close. Damn, that's an unfortunate way to die. Wasn't paying attention to the mobs behind us. Your deeds of heroism will be remembered. Well, that's a good way to end it. Yeah, I should have paid more attention to the mobs behind us. I didn't think there was anything behind me. Too busy talking about brain chemistry. Continue on era. I mean, this character's only 21. I already have a shaman higher, but well, that's a good place to end it then. So yeah, I gotta go anyway soon. So, but yeah, stay tuned to this this channel. We got a lot of stuff that I want. How do we transfer it? A lot of stuff I do want to do on this character, on this realm. But yeah, we probably won't come back to this for a while, maybe ever. But yeah, that's an unfortunate death there. But anyway, we'll be back to it. Yeah, so I got the Tauren leatherworking stuff coming out. I'll start uploading those now, and then they should be back to they'll be live maybe even tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see. I'm just having, I said it yesterday at the end of the stream, but I'm just like having a lot of trouble having fun with things in my life right now. There was so many things that were part of who I was that are not the same now that my father's passed away, and it's just I'm trying to figure it out again. So just trying to get through it. So but yeah, we'll see. Just obviously I'll be back to doing Mythic Plus on Tuesday, one way or the other, but I do have some more videos that I'll make this weekend. Somebody's asked for a video review of one of their keys, so we'll do that too. But anyway, thanks for all hanging out here, guys. I really do appreciate it, especially like the new channel and everything. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.